Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ. And I was talking about in the last video, Whop Failure. He is a dynamic player. If we look at our depth chart, as you can see, Joe Richard is our fourth string receiver. I'm going to reward Whop Failure because I didn't realize how big of a weapon that speed is. And you know, there's a difference between like attribute speed and actual speed on the field. He plays like he's fast. I mean, he was flying on that fly route. Like, that cornerback had no chance. Like, he absolutely burnt him. And I think that I can use that speed, especially on like option plays. There are some option plays when I audible, Joe Richard gets caught in it, and I'm like, well, I don't really want to run an option with my tight end. He's not going to get upfield. He's not going to make any moves. He's just probably going to run people over. So I want to put Whop Failure back at that fourth string spot, and I'll put Joe Richard at the fifth. Let me change actually Josh Fleming here at the sixth spot. Let's put Westbrook there. He is a senior, I believe. Yeah, he's a senior, but I just don't think he is our second highest overall receiver, but I just don't think he plays like it. I don't know, he's missing something. So I mentioned also in the last video that I wanted to up these sliders because I'm dominating. I mean, I'm straight up dominating. There's no way around it. I'm playing on Heisman. If you want to see these sliders, I'll show you in a second, but I am just straight up dominating, and I don't think that it should be this easy. I mean, I'm not saying it's easy, but it is easy. So I'm not gonna bump my sliders down because look at my sliders. My sliders aren't dominating. I mean, nothing's above 50. I mean, nothing. Everything else is like 5 accuracy, 30 pass block. Like, all that stuff is okay. So let's just up every computer slider by 10, except the field goal powers and punt power and all that. We're gonna up everything by 10. So we're gonna put QB accuracy at 20, pass blocking at 60, wide receiver catching at 60, running back ability to 90. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Run blocking at 55, pass coverage at 70. We're going to actually keep the interceptions at this point because once they start overpowering interceptions, they do start cheating. I mean, they just absolutely start cheating. So we're going to keep that there. But rush defense, let's up that to 70, and tackling, let's up that to 60. So we're going to have some difficult sliders going into this week versus Purdue. I might do 2 games in this episode. I don't know. It depends on how good this game is. If it's a close game, I'll probably do 1. But if it's another blowout, which I hope it's not since we're adjusting these sliders, I'll put 2 in. But we'll see. Going up into this gameplay versus Purdue. This is actually a rivalry game, so we actually have they actually have some prospects coming to visit, so we got to ruin that for them. But as you can see, we are number 1 in points per game in the NCAA, number 1 in turnover differential in the NCAA. 10 is the turnover differential, and I gotta give a lot of credit to Josh Fleming. It's definitely an accuracy thing because Ramsey, he is so inaccurate, and they have the same accuracy. Like I said, there are some attributes where certain players play better in the game with them. So game speed may be different. Accuracy for QBs is definitely different between Ramsey and Fleming. But let's just get into this game, man. Going into Purdue, and hopefully this will be a good game. So let's get it. Let's go. Every time I go up against Purdue, I always got to admire those black unis. Black uniforms just look so fresh, but we got to not worry about that, man. We're going up in this rivalry game for the battle of the old Oaken Bucket, and right off the bat, getting our backup tight end Bonner involved in this game. Fleming, he's just continuing where he left off in the last couple of games, just showing some accuracy. And on this first drive, he hasn't made any incompletions. He finds Whop Failure there, and on a 3rd and goal, getting inside the 5, Josh Fleming's going to find the end zone. So a perfect drive to start out this game against Purdue on the road. And remember, I showed you that everybody in the Big Ten got better in this conference. So I think we're the 2nd lowest rated team still, but you know, the rest of these teams in this conference, I mean, they're no scrubs. It's just that, like, it seems that when you get better, the computer teams, they also get worse, it seems like. I don't know. It's not the ratings that get worse, but their gameplay. It's kind of like if you get better, they start playing like they're nervous or something, which I guess could be like real life. But also, if you're playing against a really good team in real life, you're going to bring the best you got. You're not going to, stand down and play like you're a lesser opponent. You're going to bring all you've got. So that's one thing I was looking to achieve when adjusting these sliders. And Purdue's offense, I mean, they come down the field and score right away. So I'm at least seeing a change in that. It was still easy on offense, even though I did adjust defensive sliders for them as well. It's still kind of easier. As you can see, all these guys are getting open. DeVonte Williams did another lane up the middle for a 9-yard rush. So we're inside the red zone already. But maybe that's a testament to how good my offense is now. I got Fleming, which adds a whole nother dynamic to my offense. And my receiving core is probably as good as it's ever been. I got Dave Ferguson in the slot, Tasir Mack and Michael Wilson on the outside. I mean, and then I got Baby Gronk at tight end, which he's like impossible to guard. And maybe that's what it is. I mean, maybe I'm just getting better too as a player, because when I started this Dynasty, I made sure I didn't play any Dynasty before it because I wanted it to be hard. I wanted to make an adjustment. So here we go, man. Let's just hop into this gameplay. Purdue throwing a pick here at the end of the first quarter. That time it's Marcus Rutledge on the interception. He gets in. I always preach about him locking up a side of a field. He does the same there. And DeVonte Williams back on offense, run a screenplay, getting him up past the 30-yard mark. So now it's a 1st and 10 at the end of the first quarter. And Fleming throws an absolute dime to Dave Ferguson, getting in for the 30-yard touchdown reception. And these two have amazing chemistry. Dave Ferguson has been a hell of a slot guy. And look at that, man. That was an absolute dime in between two defenders. He was open, but another route was running in the same vicinity, so he finds a receiver. So we're up 21-7 here at the start of the second quarter, and Purdue, Sindelar at quarterback, getting sacked there this time by Jerome Johnson. Actually, that's Brandon Wilson. Brandon Wilson gets in for the sack. Look at that spin move they puts on the defender, gets in for the sack. So Sindelar on a 3rd and 12 is going to find his receiver on the out route, but it's going to be short of the first down marker. So we take over once again, and Fleming is going to find Baby Gronk. I was just talking about him. He gets open. He just finds ways to get open. And 5 minutes left in this half, and Tasir Max getting a reception here. So on a 1st and 10, running a power option that time with Josh Fleming to the outside, pitching it to DeVonte Williams. So now we're past the 50-yard line on a 3rd and 5. DeVonte Williams is getting smacked there, but he does get the first down. So now 3.5 minutes left in this half. Josh Fleming's going to have an open lane to run, and he's just tired at this point. You could tell by how slow he's running. He only gets 11 yards on that one. But on a 2nd and 10, a couple plays later, a screen pass. Look at that play design on that one. I had everybody rolling out to the right. Throw back to the left, and DeVonte Williams catches the ball, gets in for the end zone, into the end zone for the touchdown, and we are up 28-7 versus the Purdue Boilermakers. And Sindelar is not going quietly. He's going to find his receiver Pittman here. 2.5 minutes left in the half, and Jones straight runs through my guy there. I don't even know what just happened there. He just straight up ran through him, and Burgess just couldn't handle it, I guess. But 3rd and 7 here, under 2 minutes left. Sindelar finally throws it away, so they settle for the field goal. So it's 28-10, a minute and a half left in this half. And I roll out to the right, get greedy. You seen that I had some guys open. I seen them too. Don't worry. This is not me being a sorry user. That's just me being greedy. I was trying to roll out, trying to find a deep pass there, but Sindelar takes over for the Boilermakers here, and we're getting in for the sack. The time is Jerome Johnson, and they attempt another screen pass on a 3rd and 6, and we get to him. Burgess on the tackle there, and they get another field goal. So we now go into half up 2 scores, 15 points, and Purdue is definitely not out of this game. They're showing some fight here, and look at that stiff arm by Jones. He doesn't just stiff arm a guy, then he breaks another tackle. Markel Jones getting past the 50-yard line, And that man Burgess gets his revenge off of that mean stiff arm a couple of plays ago. But on a 3rd and 5, I had Marcelino Ball in that zone, and he still gives up the slant route. So now Sindelar drops back to pass, and Marcus Rutledge gets beat for a rare deep bomb on that one. And Terry Wright, pretty much their only receiver that's been doing anything in this game, gets in for the touchdown. And next on the ensuing kickoff, Calvin McDuffie finds a lane, and he's been the quiet one this year. I'm trying to get him in on defense because, man, he earned it. I mean, he's such a great kick returner. He hasn't done too much on punt return, but kick return, he's definitely earned his stripes, taking over as a freshman last year. So now he's onto his 2nd year as kick returner. He did win All-American, but I mean, it's 35-20 at this point. Josh Fleming rolling out to the right, throwing across the middle, finding Tasir Mack. Tasir Mack is, man, he is so good. I can't say enough about Tasir Mack. He just plays all over the field, gets open, he just finds a way. And on a 1st and 10, Josh Fleming's going to roll out to the right, throw to an open Tasir Mack on the sideline of the end zone. So it is 42-20, another dominating performance up to this point, but they are not going away quietly, getting the ball to Jones and Sindelar on the handoff, and on a 1st and 10, they attempt to throw a ball to the flat, and Richie Simmons straight up just misses on that easy interception. So Sindelar takes advantage, finding Anthrop over the middle, and he's going to get up inside the 5-yard line to the 1-yard line, and Jones is going to run in, finish it off. That's actually L. Johnson. He gets in for the touchdown, and on the 2-point conversion, they go for it, and Wright is going to get open. So it is only a 2-possession game. 14 points are the difference between us, and Joe Richard finding an open spot in the zone. And this is as the 3rd quarter expires. Look at Dave Ferguson was wide open on that, but we take the sack, and Sindelar takes over with the Boilermaker offense on a play action on 3rd and 1, dropping back, and that was 100% Richie Simmons. He had the man coverage there. He got fooled by the run, and Purdue takes advantage for a 63-yard pass there up inside the 5. And Burgess straight drops an easy pick, and that could have been the decider there. That could have sealed the game for us, but you know that Heisman computer cheese takes advantage when you drop picks. He finds Terry Wright in the corner of the end zone, and Purdue's only down by 7 in this game. They come all the way back, and on a 2nd and long after taking a sack, Fleming's going to drop back, find DeVonte Williams there, and on a 3rd and 3, Paul Stone is going to get stopped before the 1st down marker. So you know it's 4th down. We got to go for it. Josh Fleming on the triple option gets it to Paul Jest, and Cole Jest gets the 1st down. And, man, that was lucky because that was so close to getting stopped there. They would have took over, and you know that computer offense just cheeses whenever they get an opportunity. So we easily get the end zone here on the triple option. DeVonte Williams getting in for another touchdown. He's been all over the place. He's been receiving passes. He's been running in for touchdowns. He's kind of been more dynamic this year. Before, he was just like the guy that got all the handoffs, 20 carries a game. Now he kind of splits carries with Paul Stone because Paul Stone is a powerful runner, and he's pretty good. I mean, it's hard to deny that Paul Stone has made an impression on me, and the Purdue Boilermakers, I mean, they're still not done in this game. Jones is getting the ball there on the throw by Sindelar, and Burgess, another dropped interception. That is another killer for him. I mean, so many dropped interceptions for him on the year. Gotcha, it's so many. He could have easily 7 or 8 interceptions on the season, but I mean, he just keeps on dropping them. But on a 4th and 8, Sindelar is going to drop back, find Wright once again over the middle. Terry Wright's going to get the 14-yard reception. So now they're inside the 10-yard line on a 2nd and goal. Sindelar is going to roll out to the right, find Sparks in the corner of the end zone wide open. I knew that play was coming. Roll out and find the corner route, and Jared Sparks gets in for the touchdown. So they have one last chance on the onside kick, and Dave Ferguson, the freshman, recovers it. and Indiana is going to go on to win this game by 7 points, a close one in a rivalry game. Look at this offense, 1,000 yards total between the two teams. And you guys might be saying, Purdue's a sorry team. Why are you close with them? But it is a rivalry game. Remember, I boosted up the sliders, so the sliders definitely helped in this one. I'm glad that I actually got some competition in this game. But look at these identical stats. We both had 1 turnover, 1,000 yards of offense between the two teams. And, man, that was just a great game all around. Kept me on the edge of my seat. So hit subscribe. Hit that like button. We'll be back for the next episode. Let's get it. These sliders are really helping, so let's go.